in the financials, we're trying to extrapolate certain things. We all know that owners bury stuff in there, right? Like, okay, I take a trip to, Italy with the family. I, meet up with some friends over there, call it a mastermind, and boom, it's a business expense, right? And this is not meant to give anybody tax advice. I am a tax accountant. I'm not condoning or saying whether this is right or wrong, but we all know that's happening. There's other stuff that's not necessarily buried in there, but it's there. For example, the owner's taking a salary. The owner is potentially got a 401k or a defined benefit plan that they're contributing in to kind of increase their retirement nest egg. Is there a process to go in and kind of like figure out like what's the total owner benefit and then pull that out? And then is that considered profit where you're like, okay, we need to replace this person. What would it cost to replace that person? And then kind of insert that instead.
Yes, to both, right? So to your first part is absolutely how you run your business, your law firm is personal to you, right? And that really goes to, as you kind of said, a mastermind in Italy that I take as an expense, right? The next owner of the firm may not go to Italy for a mastermind and see that as a reasonable business expense. So that would be added back, right? That's kind of would be profit to you if you hadn't gone and taken that expense. And the same things with other perks and owner benefits. Those go to kind of fill the bucket of this is the true, right? You took it as a business expense, but it's just because you wanted to take it as a business expense. It wasn't a necessary expense. Maybe you did it for tax reasons. Maybe you just did it for personal, but all of that can go to really, fill that bucket of owner's benefit. But then to your second point, Moshe, you're exactly right. The next piece is, well, if we've added back your salary, and this is probably of other, what I'll call brokers, business brokers, what we see all the time, they just add back owner's salary. So if, Moshe runs a law firm, it's doing $1 million. Moshe's, in there billing, doing all the client work, everything else, and you pay yourself 200,000, they add it back. That's proper because Moshe decided he wanted to pay himself 200. But the real question is, who do you hire to replace Moshe, right? Who is that replacement salary? And I'm sure you work with your clients on, you should pay yourself a fair salary for the work you do in your business, right? And so we call that a replacement cost. And so if you decide that, yes, I paid myself 200, but it only is going to cost 150 to replace the legal work and the production that I do, then again, it can be an add of 200, a subtraction of 150, right? But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is add back those perks, reduce out the replacement cost and those other things to get to a normalized financials, right? Truly to say, this is how Moshe ran it, but if anybody ran it, this is what the financials would look like. And sometimes that actually takes our financials healthier. Sometimes it takes it, less healthy because of just how you've chosen to run the firm, anything else. But overall, it is normalized financials. Doesn't matter who the owner is, really to get to a point of really what does this business, this law firm, kick off as true owner benefit. And then the last point on that is, clean data, clean financials. As an attorney, CPA, Moshe, like yourself, like again, I'm all about creativity and finding, those tax breaks. But I can tell you, we have lots of law firm owners that, have zero profit for years and bury stuff in their, financials. And those practices are really hard to sell because banks won't touch them if you don't show a healthy profit. For good tax planning can sometimes lead to bad exit strategies, right? Because it's going to limit really what you do if you don't have clean books.